Volcano is actually an opening in the Earth's crust through which lava, volcanic ash, and gases spew out with enough pressure on the surface of the Earth. Beneath the volcano is the liquid magma which contains dissolved gases that rises up to the Earth's crust. Now, what is a nuclear bomb? A nuclear bomb is actually an explosive man-made weapon designed for destruction and chaos. It disintegrates everything in its local vicinity and irradiates everything in its range after that. But what happens when you combine one of the man's most destructive creation with one of the nature's? This is Gateway to Knowledge, and today I will tell you that what would really happen if you dropped a nuclear bomb into a volcano. Technically speaking, the results would be quite devastating, but dropping a nuclear bomb into an erupting volcano would be very anticlimactic. The nuclear bomb would melt without starting a nuclear reaction. A nuclear bomb is made up of explosives and radioactive core. To ignite a devastating explosion, the explosives all need to detonate under careful timing to create enough energy to start a nuclear reaction in the core. Once the chain reaction starts, there is no stopping over it. However, if a nuclear bomb was placed in the chamber of magma, it would melt the radioactive material and all the other things. To start this essential reaction, the first thing is that where we can place a nuclear bomb. I will present two options for the placement of nuclear device. Either it can be detonated above the mouth of volcano, or it can be magically transported into the magma chamber's center. The less explosive of these two options is detonating the nuke above the mouth of volcano. If the volcano is a stratovolcano, then the nuclear bomb might do a little cosmetic surgery on the tip of the volcano, but probably would not ignite an eruption. The blast radius of the bomb is too small to reach the pressurized chamber of the magma that sets off an explosion. But what happens after the initial explosion? So probably we have enough heat to vaporize a fair amount of magma and rock making up the volcano. If the nuclear device is placed at the base of the volcano, and as explained in my first possibility, the heat accompanying the blast and the following air burst would likely bore a hole in the side of the volcano. This would allow more magma to flow out afterward. With careful placement, this would prevent an unplanned eruption and at the same time causing an eruption in an alternate direction that can be controlled somehow. Now, if the nuclear device is detonated at the opening of erupting volcano, the lava and a portion of protruding side wall would likely be vaporized. This is where the variables come into play. Previous test explosions like the 1962 Sedan nuclear test formed a crater approximately 100 meters deep and 400 meters wide. If the detonation occurred with enough force, it could possibly extend its force down to the magma chamber and plug the chamber, thus starting the eruption. However, taking in account the amount of material moved in the Sedan test and comparing it to the height of volcano, this would seem highly unlikely. A blast at the mouth of the volcano would likely just crush part of the top of the volcano. Even if the blast was strong enough, the pressure in the magma chamber would have been decreased temporarily. But I would think that it would likely to return over time, causing another volcanic event. The evil magma just has to get out. We have got a heat and a blast. The question that comes in our mind is that how can we clean this up? And this is a $1,000,000 question. Volcanoes are known to put enough ash into the atmosphere to alter temperatures in the part of the world. And when accompanied by a nuclear blast, there would be considerably more ash, and this time it would be radioactive. The accompanying lava flow could also be radioactive, but no one has been crazy enough to try this. So we would argue that only the leading edge of the post-blast lava flow would be radioactive, as more magma would come to the surface and renew the lava flow. The bomb on its own would produce a fireball that would incinerate everything in its near vicinity. It is also responsible for forming the signature mushroom cloud. Further away from this, there would be a high-pressure air blast that would knock down concrete buildings. Flooding out further than this is the radiation, and anyone at this range would suffer a lethal dose of radiation. Even further out still is the thermal radiation, where people suffer third-degree burn which extend through the layers of the skin. But has anyone detonated a bomb into a volcano before? If we look back in our history, The Fat Man bomb, which was infamously launched in Nagasaki during the Second World War, has a fireball radius of 200 meters. If we compare this to a volcano of moderate height, then Fat Man would only create a chip in the top of this volcano. Similarly, the Tsar Bomba, which is the largest ever bomb tested by Russia, would create much bigger structural effect. This nuclear bomb has a fireball radius of 300 meters, and it would significantly reduce the height of a moderate volcano. There could be an eruption if the magma is present near the mouth of the volcano, and it only needs a small amount of pressure to trigger an eruption. But the real destruction happens when the bomb is suddenly transported into the magma chamber between 1 to 10 kilometers underground. Nuclear devices don't appear to be an option to stop an eruption, but it is just an option by which we can cause an eruption. Let's just keep nuclear weapons away from volcanoes if your intentions are purely humanitarian. So that was all from my side. Hope you enjoyed my today's video, and if you did, then hit the like and subscribe to my channel. But wait a minute, if you want to read some amazing books, then the link for them is given in the description. Do check them out. Until next time, stay healthy, stay shiny.